Alrighty, guys, welcome to Chat with the Brewer Live. My name is Seth. This is Wooden Legs Brewing Company. We are live on air from Brookings, South Dakota. But it's not just us we're here to talk to. We've got Gandy Dancer Brewworks from Sioux Falls. How you doing, buddy?
Not bad. How's it going, man?
It's going well. How about you introduce to everybody that's going to be following along online? Why don't you introduce who you are, probably most importantly, and then let me know a little bit about Gandy Dancer, and then we're going to pour some beers.
Awesome. Well, my name is John Berkness. I'm the new head brewer down at Gandy Dancer Brewworks. Yeah, we're just a little one-barrel nano brewery based out of the back of Monk's, House of Ale Repute. Just having a good time brewing beer.
So the new head brewer, how long have you guys been open down there?
Just a little under 2 years now we've been brewing down there.
So for those of you online or watching this later that don't know Monk's, Monk's is a craft beer bar, maybe the premier craft beer bar in South Dakota. He started, well, how long ago now? Is it 7 years now?
Yeah.
Got a selection. I think Jerry owns the place down there. He kind of started doing the craft beers and the Belgian beers and the stuff that you don't normally get, and has kind of transitioned into the brewing thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a little backstory on the brewery. We started out with the head brewer there, Perry Volden, as well as a multitude of different guest brewers who are different home brewers,
cool,
or even different other professional brewers that came in and did collaboration brews with us, and then it's moved on since then.
So we've got at least, what do we got, 4 beers here for us to try, if I'm counting this from 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm going to leave it to you. Which ones do we want to try first? And for those of you at home, check this out. This is how you do it. This is the way it's done. These are the growlers. The huge monster growlers. Now, do I have to drink all of this before the end of the night? Before the end of the show?
You don't.
Okay, well, we better get into it then. If somebody's going to drink it, get into it. I'm going to start pouring here. Why don't you just introduce what the beers are, and we'll go from there. Tell me which ones we're doing first.
Yeah, so this first beer that we're going to be pouring here, this is our cream ale. It's called Buzzard's Roost. It's just a simple American cream ale, mostly Pilsner malt, tad bit of biscuit, and some flaked corn. That gives it that nice creamy rock the beer gets its name from. Also, we use a little bit of some spicy Vanguard hops in there. I do believe, right, I think Vanguard has some noble parentage to it. These are kind of that ethereal mineral yumminess.
So it is very, very, very light in color. You said Pilsner is a lot of what you put in there?
Mostly Pilsner malt.
Now, is this a seasonal? Do you guys brew this all the time? How does this work?
There are a few year-round beers. We have 4 or 5 of them that we do more than less year-round. We do 2 lighter beers, the cream ale, and we also do a Kolsch as well. But the cream ale is my personal favorite of the 2.
So I'll drink up here. I'll let you do the same. Very approachable, very clean. It has some of that residual sweetness in it. And what was you said you used a caramel in this, or
biscuit malt.
Biscuit? Okay.
It gives it that almost sweet, little bit of a bready body. That plus any residual sugar from the flaked corn.
Now, how long do you guys? This has a little bit of turbidity. Do you guys filter your beers there?
We have no filtering process.
Sometimes you don't need it, right? 1-barrel system?
Yeah.
There you go. And then, so tell me a little bit more about the name of this. Where did the name come from?
Buzzard's Roost. I do believe the Buzzard's Roost is the thing on top of a caboose.
Okay. We're gonna carry the Gandy Dancer.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Okay, cool.
Jerry, the owner, had the idea when we first started that all of our beers would be named after train themes. So he has this big book of train names we pop names out of.
So maybe we should go back a step. Then tell us a little bit about Gandy Dancer. Maybe for those viewers online and on YouTube that aren't quite as familiar with the with the trains. And you guys are located down. Gandy Dancer is actually located down in a former train yard, right, down in Sioux Falls there.
The building we're in, I do believe at one time had some kind of railroad purpose, but we're right next to the switchyard downtown Sioux Falls. There's trains going past almost every half hour. blocking traffic.
Blocking traffic. As I remember, that area of Sioux Falls was really industrial at one point, and has went on to receive some beautification and revitalization. There's all kinds of cool shops and stuff down there.
Originally, it was a big grain town. There's a lot of corn through there, but the original Sioux Falls Brewing Company that was downtown, right on the falls, was also one of the Midwest's largest maltsters. So a lot of
really
around that period of time when that was around, pre-prohibition, that was a large, big malting house for other breweries around the Midwest here.
And now I've learned something. This is awesome. It's only 40 minutes away, and I didn't know that. We've got this passed around the bar. We've got at least everybody at the bar that has one. Let's talk about what we're doing next. What is the next one? This one is this Possum Belly?
Yeah, the next beer we have is Possum Belly Pale Ale.
I'll let you talk. I'm gonna grab some glassware.
That's fine. I kind of consider this beer to be like a hop lover's pale ale. Tons of Chinook hops and Cascade hops in it. It more showcases the Chinook hops and the aromas and the flavor of the beer. It's also kind of cool. It has a really nice malt base to it. We use Pearl Blend, which is a English pale ale malt blend from Muttons. That's fantastic. Some nice caramel malts in there as well.
So I would imagine on a one-barrel system here, you guys have some flexibility in the malts and stuff you get to pick, since you don't have to go get high volumes of that malt or high really volumes of that hops. You guys get to kind of pick and do the things you want.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, you'll definitely get that too later on when we pull out this double IPA. That's an all Citra 100 IBU double IPA that you can only do feasibly in a brewery if you're making one barrel at a time.
All right, I'm gonna pour this one here. We'll see if I can. We'll see how much I can spill it doing it one-handed. I usually don't. That's right. This is a talent. This is an acquired talent. So the brew house there, you said it's a one-barrel system. Is it a direct fire? Who made the system, and how did you guys kind of get it designed and come through it?
The system came from a company called Psycho Brew.
Okay, they're out of the West Coast, right?
I believe so. I'm not 100% on where it came from. I wish I would know. I wouldn't seem like an idiot right now, but
that's right. It's just the internet. There's a lot of dumb people on the internet. This guy included. Like I am capital A dumb on the internet.
No, we run a 2-kettle system. We don't have a hot liquor tank at all. We run a inline water heater for all of our lautering purposes. Also, just for mashing in, just setting the temperature just right on it. But then just direct fire after that.
I think I've seen it down there one time when it was operating, and it makes the whole place smell like wonderful malt, as every brew house should do. Now, how much do you guys? I mean, how many times a week do you guys brew? Are we brewing a lot of beers down there? Or is this kind of more of just a specialty program that you're doing?
I'm brewing there probably 2 to 3 times a week right now. As volume increases, my brewing schedule will probably stack up as well.
That's all right. That's a good problem to have. All right, let's take a look at this one. I'll hold it up here. Now I know you've done a couple. I'm gonna try this. But you've done a couple variants of this. You've done some stuff with oak and cask, and tell us. I know this one. I've tried down there a couple times. And you've played with it a little bit.
Possum Belly. Something always changes on this beer every time we do it. Whether it's change up some of the malts, or a lot of the times we'll change the yeast completely on it. Almost like it's a new beer, but pretty fun. We haven't oaked this, but I have some oak spiral sitting in some Buffalo Trace bourbon. Maybe I should throw into a.
So how do you guys, and I imagine you get a lot of homebrew inspiration down there. I mean, do you have a pretty good customer base that comes in and just says, we want to try this or do that thing? Or how do you guys get to pick the stuff that you're going to brew?
Well, a lot of that does happen. A lot of times we'll get customers in that say, hey, have you tried anything like this? Have you tried this? And then we kind of take a homebrew mentality to the brewing too. We stick to some of our normal beers, but when you're only making a barrel at a time, you can go crazy sometimes and whip some cool stuff out.
That is awesome. I think that's probably every homebrewer's dream is to go recreate their recipe on a commercial scale.
Oh, yeah.
tell us a little bit more about the homebrew scene down in Sioux Falls. I know they have a couple pretty mature homebrew chapters, right, with guys making beers.
Yeah, there's I mean, the only homebrew club that I know of that's a homebrew club is the Brewer Squared, Big Sioux Brewing Society group, and there's a lot of mature members. I believe that group's been going on for a long time. And there's also the Sioux Falls Beer Society or Sioux Falls Beer Club. A lot of fun guys there, and there's a lot of homebrewers in that group as well. Soon there will be a Gandy Dancer Homebrew Club, which will consist of
cool.
homebrewers that are interested in coming down, and we'll use a brewery as a meeting space, maybe make some collaborative brews with the club on the one barrel system to serve to customers amongst, if not
kind of a pro-amateur type of hookup. Then
yeah.
Something.
Well, we do a guest brewer program at Gandy
Okay, cool.
too, which is where some of our recipes actually came from. We open it up to homebrewers. They send us a recipe or send us some beer. We can check it out. And then if we like the beer, we'll scale up the recipe and have you in and brew it up.
I think Ann just caught up with them behind the bar. We'll switch cameras here. We'll see how many people are down. We'll make them feel awkward because they're online now. You ready for this? Ready for this? They don't know it. And boom, there they are. They're drinking the beers, drinking the Gandy Dance beers, minding their own business. Listen to us. There it is. Listen to us talk here. So let's talk about some of your recipes. Have you had the chance? You're taking over with this now, and you're kind of running with the brewer moniker here. What do you have coming up in the queue?
Right now we'll have a rebrew of our new IPA, the Brainless Weirdo IPA.
Brainless Weirdo, okay.
Yeah, which is a nice, mostly mosaic, kind of tropical, fruity, yet sweet, caramely IPA. I'm going to have a Hefeweizen that I finished with mosaic hops coming up. And last time I brewed that beer at home, it kind of tasted like a Mai Tai Hefeweizen. It was kind of wonderful. I could have put some blue food coloring in it. It would have been awesome.
All right.
Might put some bubble gum in a keg.
Just to see. All right, fair enough.
That's fun.
then that's the point of it. All kinds of weird flavors and experiments. Now Monk serves food as well too for those out there that are looking to go out. They serve food, craft beer, and homebrewed beer. So I mean, it's kind of an all-in-one destination. What other things are going down at Monk's? I know you guys do all kinds of like events, like the real big beer events. Maybe we could talk about.
Well, we have coming up all the way September 26th. We have Beer Vana coming back up.
September 26th. So the date's been set.
Date's set.
All right, September 26th, folks. You heard it here. And the reason I think that's so important is that's probably one of the first and maybe one of the longest running craft beer shows in the state.
Yeah, I think it is. And it's one of those craft beer festivals where you're not going to get everybody's regular Joe Blow beers. It's going to be, lots of specialty kegs, one-offs, barrel-aged stuff, just fun stuff.
For those that haven't been to it before, it also has food vendors and live music. And
last year we had Nick's Hamburgers right across the street.
There you go.
Down there.
There you go. Nick
over my shit.
Nick's Hamburgers and craft beer. Those go hand in hand. And then you also have Burvana too, right?
Yeah,
that's a different one. Similar kind of concept, but that happens during the winter.
Yep, absolutely. Happens during the winter. Usually it's a little bit colder out. We do have some of the beer stations outside, and there's fire pits and whatnot, woohoos, and flizzle fazzles, and all sorts of fun stuff.
Awesome. I think that was good. Ange went down to that one on her birthday this last year, and I think she was under the impression that you guys had thrown a party for her birthday. She's smiling. You're pretty sure it was? Yeah, she's in the back nodding. Pretty sure. Where's she at here? Pretty sure that there she is. Pretty sure that it did happen on her birthday. All right, we got the 3 of 4 here. We got the next one here. What are we drinking now?
This next one is actually the first time it's being poured for anybody other than myself.
Oh, awesome.
This is the Voodoo Barge Double IPA.
Tell me about that.
So this is a take on one of our guest brewers' recipes. that we call the Zombie Train. It was basically an all Citra American Pale Ale. And we had a computer problem that caused me to brew way bigger beer than I originally planned on. The computer dropped my efficiency down to 40%, so when I mashed in all groggy, I didn't really realize what I was doing.
Didn't really read it through the whole way. So this is going to be an Imperial IPA. Then you said this is a big one.
8.8% alcohol, but it's 100 IBUs.
Oh, that's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. Let's see. We'll switch cameras here, and I'll hold it up in front so they can see just a pretty golden hue to it. Very clear. Not that this is smell-o-vision, but if it was smell-o-vision, you would smell the hops. Super citrus smell in there. And this is the first time then, so this is the world premiere, if you will.
Yeah, world premiere of this beer.
World premiere. You hear that, Ange? World premiere of this beer here. And the name was again?
Voodoo Barge Double IPA.
Voodoo Barge Double IPA, 8.8. And just giggling. I heard "oh yeahs" in the bar behind me. This one is very good. You'll have to add this one to the full-time list. Now, do you see a lot of your customers really like the big IPAs? I mean, what's kind of the palate down there in Sioux Falls?
Hops are huge, as they are everywhere. To the point where even just a regular IPA, if we don't have one on, it's bad news bears. So almost every week or every other week, I have to have an IPA brewing in the fermenter. Otherwise, I'm going to be out of luck. Other than that, it's amazing what people do like, We can pull out a Russian Imperial Sriracha Stout and it'll fly out.
So what other, what's your favorite beer then? Are you a hophead with the rest of the clan, or do you have, I know that's always the worst question to ask. Like, you ask somebody like, what's your favorite beer? You brew beer, you have to have a favorite beer.
I'm a huge fan of Belgian beers.
Okay.
Especially Saisons, sour Saisons, Fantôme Saison probably be my favorite beer ever. But
so you guys got anything in the queue to kind of go in that direction?
Not yet. I got some Saison you said I need to use up. So I probably will make a Saison here. Probably steal Ross Bell's recipe.
There you go, Ross. If you're watching on YouTube, you know what's coming at you. I love this beer. This is very good, and I can tell the crew behind me is going to this growler will evaporate. I'll leave a little left for them because I need one more beer. That's 8.8, and just so you know, 8.8. We've got one last one here. Tell me about the last beer.
All right. This is one of the beers from our we debuted at Burvana this year. This is Join the Birds. It's a Russian Imperial Sriracha Stout, RISS.
So give me a little bit of history on the name then.
Not 100% where the name came from. It's probably a train name. I would assume that it Join the Birds maybe means like fall off the train and land in the rocks.
We're gonna go from that because nobody watching this is on the internet, so like they can't fact check us. Not quick enough to cause a stink. Maybe they will in the comments below, but definitely not quick enough. So Sriracha Stout. How did the Sriracha Stout get inspired?
Well, that Perry Volden, the head brewer at the time, was brewing his Russian Imperial Stout, and I think he just decided to throw bottle of Sriracha into it.
Now, I love the fact that it has Sriracha. Here at the pub, like we have like 3 or 4 pizzas that have Sriracha on it all the time. So tell us, how'd you use it in the process, or is that proprietary here?
I do believe that and I can't say a 100% because I did not brew this beer, but I think Perry dumped, good portion of a large bottle of Sriracha directly into the boil. If not into the fermenter, but he likes to put stuff in the boil, so I would just bank on that.
We'll text him later to find out for sure, but you can smell the Sriracha. I mean, it's got a mild smell. But it's not over the top. It's not crazy powerful.
Pretty well balanced. There's not a lot of aroma hops in this beer either. Basically, it's like a pound of Warrior at 60 minutes, and that's it. But
so this is really good, and you know what? I think Sriracha just in the name could leave people rather intimidated, but it doesn't carry a lot of residual heat. So I mean, it's not like you're not like you're dumping sriracha on a pair of fish tacos or something and burning yourself up. But the rest of the beer holds up very nicely to it.
Yeah, I think it's very well balanced. You get a lot in the nose of the beer, especially.
That's really good. I like that. When you said, Ange, this is your favorite, right? All right, Ange. Do you want to come in? Ange has probably some questions to ask here. We'll let her pour a couple beers. So tell us a little bit more about Sioux Falls. I know it's close, and I know there's some similarities between Sioux Falls and Brookings. But for those people online that watch this later, tell us a little bit about the beer scene in Sioux Falls. Like, I know that they had a brewery there at one point in time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, originally there was a really large brewery pre-Prohibition.
Right.
Sioux Falls Brewing Company. Then there was the second Sioux Falls Brewing Company, which was downtown, probably I think it was 5th and Phillips is where it was, and that was a pretty long time, little brew pub that, and I think they didn't. If they would have lasted just a couple more years, they would have hit that craft beer boom, and they would have.
Might have been a little early to the game there.
Well, maybe they just left a little early, but now things are blowing up. For years, it was kind of a beer desert, and Monk's popped up, and we had a great craft beer bar, and other places have come in. Bros, one place, so lots of great craft beers, great food. Now everywhere has at least one craft beer tap, if not 5 or 6. And then there's new breweries popping up all the time. Fernson Brewing Company just popped up.
That's right.
They just opened like a month ago, and they're selling their beer all over town.
We saw Wood Grain came up on Facebook the other day, and
popping up. They're going to be downtown, right, kind of close to Monk's.
And there's another brewery that has a music and brewery combination or something. I saw that pop up too. Ange, what was the?
I think there's a Remedy Brewing Company.
Remedy's coming up. What was the other brewery that's doing the music and? Hydro Brewing, yeah. So Hydro Brewing's come out too. So this community went from 1 a year ago to what we got 4 or 5. So I think that's good actually. I think the more people drinking beer, the more people making beer. I think that increases the whole thing. We kind of help maybe push the space on the tap lines for local made beers, and it gives consumers a huge set of options.
Absolutely. I find it amazing how many younger people are drinking beer.
Right.
Especially getting into craft beer right out the gate. I remember when I turned 21, I went out and drank a whole bunch of swill and had a hard time. I'm getting people coming into Monk's for their 21st birthday, and they already know what they want. Like, I want a good IPA, and they drink it all night. It's crazy.
That is crazy. I think that it's a good showing for the culture that we're building there, or that you guys are building there for sure. Let's talk a little bit finally about people getting into this industry. We talked about a lot of the brewers looking to make their mark. What words of advice would you give them? What would you tell brewers that want to get in, that want to start at a brewery, want to get a job at the brewery? What do you tell them?
Ooh. I like that question a lot. Calm down.
Calm down. All right.
Yeah, if you just. God, I don't even know how to say it. If you are able to, follow what you want to do, just keep your dreams alive, everything's going to be cool, I think.
Everybody relax, have a beer, right? Yeah. Everybody relax and have a beer. Well, I appreciate the time. I appreciate bringing the great beers up. They've all been fantastic. I appreciate what you guys have been doing down there. We're going to stick around. We're probably going to go offline here so that anybody that's watching online, now we get to do the real fun stuff. I mean, this is the fun stuff, but now we get to do the really fun stuff. We're just going to go drink some beers. You guys are always welcome to come back up here. Maybe we'll have to brew something again with you. So maybe we'll put something together. I'll bring some wort down or something.
Yeah, that'd be a fun time. Sure.
I like it. All right, guys, if you guys are looking for Gandy Dancer, it's in the back of Monk's there. Follow them on Facebook, and I believe you have Twitter as well, and there's a couple different places you can find it. But and I know if you get as simple as looking for beer on Google, you're going to find it, especially in Sioux Falls. All right, buddy, I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the great beers, and we'll shut this thing down and go have beers.
Sounds good.
Cheers.
Yep.